relationship, like generally, is built on effort. Let me state that first. Because I was having a conversation with someone recently and I remember saying this to him. I said, don't ever give your love to someone who doesn't value you. Because relationship is effort. It can't be one-sided. We are back on Bedroom Diaries, and of course, if this is your first time joining, you are welcome. On Bedroom Diaries, we talk all things relationship, and of course, with my beautiful self, Danny and Tandy. You are welcome. But by the way, she looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I had to compliment that.
As always, bold. Which is bold.
Obvious.
See how that goes? You see how that goes? Bold on bold. Oh my God. I'm good.
On my Instagram, it's literally bold affair with intentionally bold. Like, I'm bold. I'm bowed.
You see how that goes?
Anyways.
Nice sound.
Anyways, you're welcome back. I am super excited to be shooting Bedroom Diaries again. Of course, you know, we bring you guys content. Relationship.
Love.
You love love.
Love.
We love love. I'm in love.
With whom?
No, I just said that. I had to say it. Oh, come on. It rhymes. It rhymes.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. We
Danny's
love love,
love,
and I'm in love.
Danny's in love. In case you are watching this video and you're the one she's in love with, you've done a good job. Because now hard guy be Daniel. She's a hard guy. Anyway.
See the way I'm looking? I don't know what she's talking about. But anyways, I probably will just go with the flow.
Okay.
I probably will go with the flow. But before we get into today's episode, which promises to be really good.
Love-centric, of course, as always.
As always. I want to say something. And I feel like it's a confession. You know.
Okay, I'm here for you, Danny.
Breathe in and out. So I met this person recently and oh my God, the vibe. It's everything.
Hope it doesn't die down. We hope it doesn't die down.
We hope it doesn't. I mean, we live our lives with believing that things are going to work out. We hope that things are going to work out. So I hope that, you know, the whole connection, everything.
This connection, is he entering into the future? You said you had like a dream or something.
It's possible.
The Holy Spirit don't usually talk to you. So what has the Holy Spirit said about it?
Nothing, actually. Which is weird sometimes.
If you ask.
I've asked. He's going to answer me tonight.
Nothing yet.
He will answer me tonight because I asked him today.
By the next episode, you will know what's going on with the Holy Spirit, Danny, and the person that she's vibing
Oh
with.
my God.
So, yeah.
Well, but anyways, in today's episode, what are we talking about?
Challenges. Yes. Bass.
I'm sweating already.
Things you cannot avoid in this life and definitely roll over into relationships.
Yes.
You cannot pray against it. You cannot call any Orisha to block it from your life. You will definitely find it in your relationship.
Yes.
Challenges.
Issues. These things happen. And by the way, how many of you are in relationships? And I want to know, how is it going? How is it going?
See, don't lie. We know that you've seen some serious pepper in your relationship.
Look.
So even if you're not going through it at the moment, just let us know. As long as it's spicy, let us know. Let's laugh at you a little bit.
You know.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Because I feel like, look, there's no relationship that is perfect.
Yeah.
I keep saying it
always
on every
gets
of
to
our
that point
episode.
where,
Yeah.
So challenges definitely come up.
It's okay. It's fine. Don't allow anybody to deceive you that their relationship is perfect, because that's what we see a lot in these days right now.
There are liars everywhere.
Every
damn where.
But then we're talking about challenges
And relationships.
But then before we get into all of the challenges, I want to say something quickly.
You're going through a challenge in your relationship?
No, I can't be no, not now. It's too early. It's too early. But what I was going to say is that relationship, like generally, is built on effort. Let me state that first. Because I was having a conversation with someone recently and I remember saying this to him. I said, don't ever give your love to someone who doesn't value you. Because relationship is effort. It can't be one-sided.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people in this day and age do a lot of, let me not be so outgoing at first. Let me just hold back and then do as if I'm nonchalant. So that it then looks like, oh yes, this person will be more attractive or something like that. People do that a lot, maybe to avoid being vulnerable and all of that after they've broken their heart like many other times. Because, oh my God, human beings can be terrible at times. But hey, you cannot still escape it at the end of the day. So by the time you're not doing the whole, let me not be out there, you can now mess things up because it's definitely as Danny has said, it is a turn off for her and definitely a turn off for almost every other person.
Exactly.
Because it's then brings out the opposite of what you're trying to achieve.
Period.
So yeah.
Because and apart from that, you now have there's someone somewhere that is obviously eyeing your boo, and your boo might just be tired. You are not being vulnerable. Yeah, I mean it happens because you might just be, oh, let me hold back. Let me see if she's. Let me hold back. Let me see if he.
I saw
and there's somebody out there that is.
Yeah, I saw this post of a guy, a married man. He said he wants to divorce his wife. In fact, he already went to the court. I said, oh, he wants to divorce his wife. Why? Because his wife is too fine. He said he's afraid that at any point someone like she has like a list of people that are ready to jump inside based on she's too fine.
What?
And he said that's what he's scared of.
And that's the reason why you should divorce.
He said he's afraid, yo. It's his
come
own
on now.
insecurity. But yeah, I've actually heard people saying that though. That they cannot be with someone that is really attractive because they will not have peace of mind.
I don't want to roll off. I don't want to sleep at night and then wake up in the morning and I'm looking at someone who's scary. No, I'm just joking, but I mean, just to lighten up.
It's an insecurity, but yeah, it does happen.
Nah. So talking about challenges, what should we talk about first? Because I feel like there's a lot.
There's definitely a lot because there are definitely different things. There are many things, on countless things that are doing people in their relationships. But then the major one, which I feel like it affects everybody, even the ones that have been in it for a very long time, it definitely affects them. That's comparisons. I have to say, even the ones that have been married for like 30 years. I don't know why I sounded very Yoruba in that, but yeah, 30 years.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Comparison.
Yeah, comparisons. Because it even stems from, I don't know, it goes beyond, just looking at how people's relationships are going and all of that. It's how relationships are meant to be. Okay, you see in maybe books, movies, series and all of that, because that's what we feed ourselves with these days and in this age, of course. But there is this idea of how relationships should be. Right? And then people then go into relationships with that kind of mentality. Okay, the relationship is supposed to be this way.
Yeah.
Now it's remove the whole, okay, my neighbor and his wife are kinikon, or this guy or my friend and her boyfriend and all of that are doing all of that. It goes beyond that. From the root of it all, how do we then look at relationships? By the time you enter it and then you're seeing a different thing entirely, it then looks like,
the mindset has been
changed. Did they lie to me? I mean, it's not looking like what it has been said to be. Before you now start bringing comparisons of what is going on social media. I think we've done something similar to that before.
Yeah, we have said it. Yeah, we've talked about
how social media really influences the mess up of a lot of relationships.
Right.
But then you were all for social media anyway.
If you haven't watched that episode, please
go back and watch
Just go back and we're waiting for you. Just go back and watch it and come back.
Yeah. So comparisons play, because I usually tell people, right, someone was arguing with me, it was a hot argument until I really explained it. I don't believe there is anything like better till you put a second thing by the side, right? Because the whole idea of good, better, best is it's what they call this comparative. So you're comparing things. So if there's nothing to compare to, it's just good. It's just good. Yeah. It's just good. Yeah. But then, if it's terrible, it's terrible. There's nothing. But that's by the way.
And so you know, sorry to call you in.
Yeah.
But you know when you're talking about the books that we read, the movies, all of that.
Yeah.
Unconsciously, all of this just changed the mindset. And even when you're in the relationship and you know that, I mean, there's certain things that you do, you're comfortable with it, your partner is comfortable with it, but then
it does not live up to the standard.
It doesn't live up to the standard of what you've read, what you've seen, what people are saying,
that they experience in their relationship.
Like
the fact that they're probably lying.
Probably. Look, out of 10, lying. 9 out of it is all lies.
Lies.
You know?
Lies. But we don't have the statistics of that. We're just saying, based on how we've seen how things play out in a lot of things. So yeah, comparisons is a huge problem. That's a huge problem.
Wow. Look, I really didn't know how deep that was until you mentioned all of the books and all of the movies that we watch, all of the things. Like these things
you saw
play
Bridgerton
Is it only Bridgerton?
Like, it's only Bridgerton, but Bridgerton that came to my mind because it was a huge when Bridgerton came out, no, people were like, I don't know. was a very huge thing then.
Look, oh my God. See, I don't know how to emphasize the fact that the effect of comparing in your relationship is, if you want to have a healthy space, I feel like you need to know what. Yes, thank you. That's the word. Be blind to all of it. So recently, I was speaking with a friend of mine, and I was just, we're talking about our relationship. She was telling me how she's been in a relationship for like so long, and
it's up to 4 years.
Yeah, more than that actually. And they're engaged to be married.
Okay.
I did mention about some guy that I met, all of that, and then another friend of mine that was sitting there was like, "Oh, you can't possibly. I don't like him," and I'm like, "Wait, why?" I just now talking about how people compare, like their partner to somebody else. I just remembered being in that conversation, and then we talking about how to staying blind, like paying blind or being blind to all of the things.
What was that person's reason for not liking?
She's like, "Oh, he's not the kind of guy that I would be with," and I'm like, "It's my choice. If I want to eventually have to be with him, I don't want to go. I really don't want to go deep into that
because it's not romantic. It does not seem romantic enough.
If he's not romantic to you, he's romantic to me. But but just being in that conversation, I'm just really paying attention to the fact that there are certain things that people say or people do, and it's based on
how it relates
to them. Yeah. It doesn't mean that that's how it would be for you.
Yeah.
So be blind.
By the time you're doing the whole comparisons thing, it doesn't then, maybe if you're trying to imbibe it to your relationship, it does not then fit in and all of that. It then shakes things up. And could mess up your relationship.
So be blind. Just pay deafness or play deafness.
It does not mean that if your partner is
no, see,
not
that
living
one is
up to the standard.
That one is different. You would know. See, that one we cannot say it.
Sometimes
how would you not know when someone is treating you differently?
The power of gaslighting is...
I don't know. I have been in a situation where I knew that this person wasn't treating me well, and I did question it a lot of times. So it was even easy for me to just
remove yourself,
break out of that situation. So please.
You're lucky, no?
What?
Some people cannot.
Let's get into the lack of appreciation and how that happens like a lot of times, because I don't want to be in a situation where everybody loves to be appreciated. Everybody once in a while wants to know that they are doing okay. Even
it might
if
not
I
be
know,
a love language, but it does give like one kind of boost like that.
Even if I know that I'm doing something good, I still need to hear it.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of persons, while growing up, most people really didn't see their parents, telling their partner, like, "Oh, I love you. You look beautiful today." All of that. So I feel like
we been in Africa.
So I feel like we all now grew into that space of it doesn't really matter, but these things matter. As humans, there's this thing inside of us that we know that we're good, but we yearn to just hear it once in a while.
Especially from a loved one.
Especially from someone who claims they love you and you love this person.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like a big challenge, because not many people know how to do it.
The thing is, for some reason, our parents survived. How they did it, I don't know.
Yeah, but see, the world is changing. People want to feel valued. They want to see it.
I think you have to appreciate your partner. It even goes beyond the whole, "Oh yeah, this is what you're doing," "Oh, I like what you're doing," and all of that. It is good. It's even the whole of, "Oh, I like the presence that you bring." Your presence and the effect it has on me and all of that. It goes on with different levels, but appreciation on any day when it is. I saw this video. This woman was about to step out to work, right? And her husband, did you see it?
It keep going. I feel like I've seen the video.
Her husband was going to she was going to go to work. She was all dressed up already, stepping out. The guy then came out. I think he was a pastor or something like that. And was praying for her. And
I saw it. I think they're based in Canada. I don't know
wherever they're based.
I saw it.
Oh my God, it was so sweet. Even when I don't like all this lovey-dovey stuff, I said, "No, this is it." This is it.
Right. It was so sweet.
So things like that, little things like that. It might not be every day that man does that for his wife.
Yeah.
But that little, no. that was really sweet. So someone then go into the day with that kind of vibe. Of course, you have to succeed. Remove the prayer. Of course,
let's remove the prayer, but
should be gingered to
smash her day, like the positive vibe.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with my friend this morning when he was about like taking off, traveling, and he said, "See, someone almost spoiled my morning." But I kept screaming to myself, positive vibe, positive vibe. Do you know how that plays a big role on your day, like on your entire day? Having someone just speak positive into you, having someone just appreciates you. That means
as little as a text to me, I know how a little "have a great day, darling" has been. He said "darling"
and I'm smiling all of my day. Like who can contend?
I seen whoever even wants to put you in a bad. Say no, I got that really amazing text. There's nothing you want to say that'll piss me off at the moment. That kind of thing.
So that lack of appreciation it's happening in so many relationships right now. It is.
And there's also the solution to it now. Just appreciate.
It's just the smallest thing. It's the smallest thing to you just wake up in the morning. Oh my God, darling, you're beautiful. Or you just, like you said, the text. Have a great day. All of that.
Call. Yeah.
It goes a long way.
Okay.
What next?
Yeah. The thing is, I feel like we should have talked about this thing before we even started talking about the challenges. Yeah. I feel like people go into relationships with different reasons. It's kind of connected to the first one we mentioned, being the whole comparisons of a thing. But I feel like people go into relationships with different reasons. One person is saying, "Oh, I'm just looking for a maga or a mogul to be giving me money," or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's not even pretend that does not exist.
It does.
It is like a big deal. It's like a major reason for a lot of relationships. There are some people, I just want the sexual part of this relationship. I just want someone that is going to be a companion. I don't need the rest. I just want someone that is going to be my hangout person. And then there are the people that are deeper. And then they go, I want it to be spiritual.
Right.
I think we should talk about spiritual intimacy at some point because people do not talk about it enough, but that's just by the way.
That's by the way.
That's by the way. So people have different reasons for getting into relationships. So by the time they enter into it, and it then becomes glaring or it becomes very evident what this person's reason is, and if it does not align with yours, it then brings about conflict.
Yeah, especially when they have gone deep into it.
And then that's when you now start realizing, and now it's like, so what are we doing?
What have we been doing?
Yeah. How do we even get to this point not knowing, okay, this is exactly what it is that you're looking for? Because I know it wasn't a serious relationship, but then I've been with someone whereby all he wanted was for me to do the whole trophy wife thing. But of course, I was not a wife. But he wanted that kind of image from me. I mean, I wasn't giving up. I don't know how to give that vibe. I don't know how to do it, but months down the line, and I'm not doing that. It
becomes a problem.
Yeah, it becomes a problem because I'm like, no, this is not me.
Not you,
this is what you're looking for. I did not even realize that's what you were looking for, right? So it's once you have differences that cannot be aligned into one. It doesn't have to be one, but they cannot be complemented. Right, it then becomes a real issue and it could mess up your relationship. Right. So even before we enter a relationship, we have to ask, why do you want to get into this relationship? Why do you want this relationship? Why do you want to
Not everybody is open enough to have that conversation.
I feel like it's a conversation that is difficult to have.
It's so difficult. And I'm sorry to say, but Nigerian men, I need to call them out for this.
Yes,
because
please.
I know that there's an episode where we're going to talk about this, but can you just say what you want?
I was actually
define the relationship.
Yeah, I was actually going to say something like, why do we not have the conversation first? I think it's from the whole idea of not being honest from the onset, which is pretty much also one of the issues with relationships, of course. But we're not being wanting to be vulnerable at first, or we do not want to let our minds out there at first. So the whole honesty thing might now be an issue until later on when people start getting comfortable. But if you do not have that conversation, it could mess up a lot of things.
Yeah.
It could mess up a lot of things, and then it could waste your time.
Right.
Because down the line, you could then realize, no, I cannot be in a relationship with someone that wants this kind of thing in a relationship. And honestly, I think I've been in like one or two situations where it was like that. And I don't know, maybe I would blame myself because definitely I know I always ask a why. When a guy says, I want this, I'm like, why? Why do you want it? But then they always take a step back when I'm asking. It's like I'm about to interrogate them or I'm trying to question, I said I have feelings for you. Why are you?
That's certainly not it. We're not trying to we're not trying to make you feel like you
it's just for clarity.
Yeah.
Just for clarity.
And
Let's know if it's something we're both good with. Because it's not just about what you want in this relationship, it's also about what I want.
Right.
And if our wants can then be complemented, they can be, what's that word? Cohabit is the word that is in my head, but it lines with cohabitation. But for lack of a better word. But yeah, having that conversation is very important. You can't just get into it and even the ones that get into it without having a reason. Yeah, you just go when you don't have a reason. Okay, yes, I'm feeling this babe, or I'm feeling this guy. Let's enter the relationship.
That fades because what happens when you get to this stage where
you're not feeling the person anymore.
You're not feeling the person.
Yeah.
Feelings can't take you far.
So yeah.
Just for a while, you know how they say when you get into a relationship, the honeymoon stage. Feelings just keeps you in the honeymoon stage. Yeah. And after that, nothing else. Nothing else completely.
So we need to be really conscious as to why we get into our relationships before getting into the relationship to avoid that kind of conflict, because of course you cannot avoid conflict in your relationship. So,
and you know, you just while you were talking about this, I remember this particular video. I can't remember the word she used, but she's saying, why do people come out for ladies who love money? I mean, it's money. That's our reason for getting into the relationship. I mean,
yeah, but we've also seen that money of a thing cannot really keep the person inside.
It doesn't. I'm not saying that keeps the relationship.
So
but for the fact that they know that that's what they want.
Yeah, we also know that money of a thing, it might be your major reason, but it cannot be all there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about money. That's the next thing I wanted to talk about as the challenge: finances.
Ego. Kitty.
Money. It's money. We need money. I need money. Excuse me. On my birthday, I want fly me, baby. We're going to Dubai. Buy me a Lamborghini.
See the luxury that money brings and the comfort.
Ooh,
it's necessary.
You can't overemphasize it.
It's very necessary.
But why do I tag this as, or why is this a challenge in relationships now? I'm going to go back to you saying getting into a relationship with the reason why you're going into the relationship, right? So with finance, a lot of persons get into the relationship and they're thinking like they can't spend money for their partner.
Yeah,
you know, their relationship with money is not sound. They don't feel like their partner should. They don't feel like they owe their partner any explanation whatsoever what they do with their money, because I feel like all these things affects the relationship.
Yeah, because I think we already mentioned that money is like, it's very important in a relationship. Even life in itself, come on, people that are poor.
I like the
It doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be said. Money has a lot of uses in different aspects. So by the time you're bringing, who said it? I think it was the video. Love is sweet, so
when money enters, love is sweeter. A friend of mine said this to me.
It's facts.
Right.
It's facts. So you having money in your relationship, it might not be that, maybe your baby's a gold digger, or in this case now men are going after women that have money.
Oh yes.
I don't want to expose someone that is very close to us.
Even me, I don't want to expose someone that is very close to me too. Because trust me, yes.
No, this one is us.
Okay, us.
We watch this thing and he will laugh. He said he's also looking for a relationship where the woman is going to be giving him money.
So even me, I have a friend who is, it's the money. It's all about the money.
Male friend,
yes. Yes. male friend, he's getting into a relationship. I don't want to call names. I don't want to call anybody out because I know he's watching.
Men are seriously looking for sugar mommies now.
I say it is rampant. I remember having a conversation like this in the office, and the guy was like, he was really interested. He was like, really? So what do I have to do? I was like, just...
Was that serious?
Yeah, it was serious. It was serious. I was like, okay, and just, you have 6 packs now. Take off your shirt, just snap, go on Twitter. There are plenty on Twitter. This guy was literally interested.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. So money...
Nah, people even get into marriages solely because of money. Because of the financial stability that it's going to bring. Sometimes you cannot blame them because that's is like their lifeline. They don't want to, they don't want to suffer too much. So let me get into it based on, yes, this is money. No, we all know how we idolize money now in this life.
See,
we know.
We cannot even overemphasize that fact because everything now is money. You see how, I don't know if I can mention this, but you see how the dollar is going up?
It doesn't even look like it's going to go down.
So everybody needs money.
Yeah.
That, I feel like, what makes what makes people just have issues with finance is people's mentality with money and relationship, because some people have this whole idea of...
Well, still with expectations, so
Thank you, They have this idea like, I'm getting into a relationship, it's you I'm getting into the relationship with, I'm not getting into the relationship, are you getting into the relationship because of my money? People have that mentality, but at the end of the day, you met me beautiful. How much is my makeup? I'm just overemphasizing now, but I'm just saying, how much is my makeup? You met me beautiful, so maintain it.
I don't think I should shoot myself in the leg like this, but I have to say, this is personal though. I realized that I cannot get attracted to you if you do not have money. Honestly, it's not like I'm going to be asking you for money or I'm going to be billing you or anything. No, you just have to have it.
The luxury of it.
Just have it.
Have it.
Whew. If you don't have it, there's no 6 packs, there's no I love you, there's no you are the queen of my life, and you're, there's nothing you want to say. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to, there is nothing that will happen because I know you don't have money.
Right.
Anyway, that's just me.
Right.
I don't know if it's a good thing, but hey.
No, it's not a bad thing. So thank God you just said this.
Yeah.
I always have lengthy conversations because that's just me.
Yeah.
We need to, I don't know if that's a love language, but my love language, communicate. You have to talk. Keep talking. Let's be talking.
Communication, it should be everybody's love language.
No.
I think it should even be our mantra for this bedroom diaries. Bedroom diaries. Communication is the way.
Okay.
Or communication is key. Everything communication.
Is key.
Anything about communication. See, I don't get how you're in a relationship and communication is not the number one thing. Come on.
I feel like that's even a type of intimacy. We have an episode where we're going to talk about intimacy in relationship.
Different
types. A type of intimacy because
communication.
If we're not talking, and I know I mentioned money. Money is sort of like the source of, or it brings comfort. And don't take away my comfort simply because you're making money. But the idea of having money in my relationship, look, I'm not want to come and ask you, baby, I want to make my hair, give me money. I feel like those are things that you should use. Of course, you can drop
money for that, but
you should. I mean, that's not like a priority. I'm not saying take that, but this is something that you should have an idea of, I don't want to have to stress. I don't want to have to stress you. I don't want you to have to stress me. So I understand the fact that, look, not getting attracted to someone who doesn't have money, it's 18. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just
So
your preference.
if you want to come at me,
let's not say anything. Just do this. Let's do this. Anyways, moving on.
Since we already mentioned communication. So the lack of it, the lack of it will definitely bring about issues. I feel like communication issues, right? They have like different levels. There is dishonesty,
right?
Liars everywhere.
Ooh, Lord.
Liars everywhere.
Lord.
So I have this belief that, maybe there's the necessity for lies, but if you're in a relationship with someone that you're supposedly comfortable with, or you're supposed to be yourself with, honesty is not something that should be demanded. It's just it's just done.
It's just done.
It's just done. So if you're still in a relationship where dishonesty is an issue, you should look into it. You should really look into it. Dishonesty is, I don't know. I recently had like a fight with a close friend of mine based on dishonesty, and that's a close friend, though, not relationship. That's a close friend. I have this thing where if I spot a lie, I cannot believe anything you're saying again.
Right, yeah.
Nothing. So it then stresses my head because we can now be having a conversation and I'm thinking, is that a lie?
Ooh, no.
This does not add up. It's definitely a lie. And
instead of you being in the moment, instead of you enjoying the conversation in your head, you're thinking,
and I'm thinking, no, that's lamba. No. That kind of thing. So dishonesty is like a big issue. If you want to communicate honestly. So you should get to a point when in your relationship being honest is not something that you have to walk on eggshells around, because in that case you have to evaluate what it is you're really doing in your relationship. Yeah. So what are the communication issues that there really?
And just before I get into that, you know, the whole part of being honest or dishonesty in the relationship, it builds up. It doesn't just start.
Yeah.
It starts, there are times where you need to be open with your partner. I mean, you're in a relationship with someone, I feel like, let them know things, right? The moment where you say, so I was having this conversation with someone I met recently, and we're talking about boundaries. Okay. Like, and I said, are there things that, or are there boundaries that you would set in your relationship? Then we talked about having to go through the phone, right? And I said, I'm not one who would pick up your phone to go through it.
It's not supposed to be an issue.
It's not supposed to be an issue, but having to be in that point where I have to take your phone to look at it, then there's something wrong. I don't want to have to do that, you know. So we're having that conversation, right? And then
there are a lot of memes around that thing.
around picking phones, right?
I saw what the guy was. I think his babe was outside the bathroom. He was in the bathroom, and I think he like opened the door to look at what the babe was showing him on his phone.
Right.
And then the babe was like, "Oh, the plumber said, he missed his period though." I was like, and the guy with the soap on his face looking at me. The plumber said what?
Oh shit! No, wow. That's obvious. He's cheating. But then see, no. I don't want to have to be in that space where I'm saying that. No, I don't. But the thing about dishonesty in relationship, it builds up. It builds up. So being open is a lot, and it takes a lot. Why can't I just be open? Why can't you just tell me that this is it? Having to be in that space where you're having a conversation with a friend, with your friend, and then you're having to think about, oh, you're lying to me, or you're not. No, that's stressful. Yes. And then I'm in a relationship with you, and I'm having to go through that route. That's a lot.
Communication, like I said before, it's like different aspects and different levels. Yeah, there are times that people do not. I think I saw somewhere, I think it was a video, he was trying to, it's still with this honesty thing, and he was trying to let you know that, okay, maybe there are times that being entirely honest might not be the way you should go, right? So what he was saying is, okay, as opposed to being dishonest or lying or trying to save yourself in the moment, just say the truth that is acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah, because he gave an instance where, okay, say your friend, right, just finished doing something, maybe a stage play or whatever, and then that's the friend's first performance or something, and then the friend comes and asks you, even though you sat through the play and it was a terrible play, and then the friend comes and asks you, oh, how was the play and all of that, did you enjoy it and all of that? So as opposed to saying, oh, that play was actually terrible, which is you being honest, actually, you could do the whole, oh yeah, it was nice watching you perform and all of that. And then later on, maybe the next day or something, you guys are having drinks, you then say, oh, man, that played, jello.
but then you still have to, there have to be like a constructed way of even putting that so you don't hurt the person.
The main idea is that at the end of the day, honesty is key. So if you're then having issues with communication, once you're having communication issues in your relationship, a lot of things are bound to shake.
Yeah.
Honestly, the very core of your relationship is bound to be questioned once you cannot communicate properly. If you do not feel safe enough to communicate with your partner.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. If you do not trust your partner enough with the truth and things like that, once you cannot communicate freely with your partner, it cannot, definitely there'll be challenges, especially if your partner then senses that this communication thing is
And it also goes back. I'm still going to go. Let's go back to the reason why you're in the relationship. Communication. See, this whole while you were talking, this whole thing just boils down to communication is like the bedrock, like you said. It's the bedrock of every single thing. Now you're in a relationship. There has to be some certain level of vulnerability. You decided to be in the relationship.
Yeah.
You need to be vulnerable enough to have certain conversations. Now you need to know. I recently I was in a conversation with a friend recently, and she was just telling me what she's going through and telling me how I should help her construct the messages, all of that. And being in that moment while she was having a conversation with someone on the phone, I'm like, no, you can't do that, because now let me digress a bit. Phone conversation, you're not seeing the person. So the person doesn't even understand, it's not seeing the emotion, it's not seeing how you're feeling at that point. So your communication you might just come out as wrong, So just like you said, there's certain levels to communication. The honesty is there. The manner and approach to communicating with your partner also matters a lot. I know that men don't like it when you come out as aggressive. You want to approach a man, or you want to tell him this is how you feel, or what he did wasn't nice. I mean, you know that it wasn't nice to you. You can't approach him in an aggressive manner, because I mean,
aggression
it looks to him like you're trying to baby him, or you're trying to be his mother.
Aggression with your partner in the first place is not encouraged at all.
Many people don't know this. Many people don't.
Okay, they'll say, "Oh, that's the way I am. I'm Gemini."
That's not the way you. Wait. I just remembered a video that I saw, and then the guy is like, you saw it. The guy is like, your cancer kill you there. You're telling me that that's how you are. No, that is not how you are. If you meet somebody like me, I'll tell you that I'm a tiger. Let's stop it. Let's stop all this. Look, you have a bad character. You need to change it. You need to work on it. So, communication.
So I was so if your partner is then the aggressive type, how do you then let them know that's also communication?
That's also communication, yeah.
It's not something that you look at it and you just cower, or you keep quiet and let the person's anger subside or whatever. You check it. You tell them, no, this is not working for me. This is not how I communicate.
Right.
Because people will tell you, the way I relate with people is, I feel like this is this.
The way I
this is someone I know.
Okay.
I was just having an argument, and then the guy was telling me, the way I relate with people, you don't have any control over that. How I relate with people is how I'm going to relate with people. I'm like, but then it has effect on the people you're relating with, so you have to be conscious of that. So check it, right? If it's not something you're convenient with, because the communication goes both ways. If you're not good with it, and then you have to be like, let me keep quiet here, she's all chill and all of that. That kind of attitude is going to continue.
Right.
So if it's not something you can do, if you can deal with it, maybe you can continue and keep deceiving yourself.
Yeah. I mean, no shade.
But things like that in a relationship, no, because words, we all know that, sometimes it's difficult to put your feelings into words, but that is why you're in a relationship. That is why that person you're with is your significant other. I think some people put it that way.
Yeah.
So freedom, you should have some certain level of liberty to be able to say, okay, based on how this thing is going now, this is not working for me.
Because the moment, you needed to take that deep breath. Because the moment where you're in a relationship and you can't communicate, you can't talk. Yeah. And communication right now is not just the spoken words.
And the consistency of the relationship too matters.
We'll definitely come into that, because I wanted to talk about unsupportive partner, and I feel like being consistent also plays a role in that. Yeah. But then just to end communication, which I feel like it never ends, because we're still going to mention it somewhere. But if you have to be in a position where you're itchy, you want to communicate with your partner, and then you don't know how to, there's something wrong. I feel like you need to treat it. I feel like you need to dive deep into it and, figure out why that is. Because I want to have a free communication with you.
Yeah, that's definitely something that can be sorted out. If you do not know how to, then learn how to.
Yes, yeah.
Something that, I don't think that's like a big issue, because at first, a lot of the times we don't really know how to approach certain things. Because recently I met someone that his facial expressions is almost always dead, and I'm looking at it like, you want to slap me, Nii? What is it?
I'm laughing because I understand where that guy is coming from, because sometimes I make some facial expressions that my colleagues in the office will be like,
what was that?
Okay, no, offended you. So I understand.
So yeah, sometimes it might not show in the body language, it might not show in the facial expressions. Apparently for that guy, that's his faces for a lot of things. And when I asked him, what's going on with your face, I really do not have a lot of control over my facial expressions. There you go. And then he goes, if you really want to know what I'm thinking about, ask me. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. It just goes as simple as, if you really want to know, ask me, I'll tell you. Let's
also state this fact that there are some people who would not ask. There's some people who don't know how to ask.
They just want to keep reading your mind. The mind they cannot
see. If you are with that kind of partner, I feel like you should find a way to just tell them. Don't wait for them to ask you, because they might not.
Sometimes you really do not know. We're not mind readers.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're with someone who obviously doesn't really ask questions, then I think you have like
the person should be able to ask you questions. That's what they say about introverts. Introverts, if they're not really cool with you, if they do not really like you, then it seems like they're quiet and all of that. But when it comes to the people they are comfortable with, they are talkative. So if it's with your partner, you should be able to ask questions, right? Because you really want to know what's going on with your partner.
I would definitely ask. What's wrong with you? Speak up.
So you come out like,
unsupportive partner. Let's talk about unsupportive partner.
Yep.
Let's go back to why you're getting into the relationship. See, stage 1 to I'm not sort of giving you relationship advice. Indirectly, I am. But stage 1 in getting to know someone. So if you guys move past the stage of we're getting to know ourselves and we know that, okay, we want to be in a relationship with you, then it means that you're giving that person your all. You're giving that person your time. You're giving that person your energy. You're saying, I support you. You're saying, I stand with you. I want to push you to become the best version of yourself. I value you. I value what you stand for. That should be all of the things that you think about when you get into a relationship. So you can't get into a relationship and, for instance, your partner likes music, right? And you are not really a fan of this whole music thing. Like, not like you don't like music, but you are one person that believes that music shouldn't be where you get your money from, all of that. But then your partner wants to do that. But you have something for this person. You like this person. You have like a connection with this person. You should be able to support this person. So you're pretty much saying
something like not supporting your partner can be like a serious issue.
Yes, it can be like a challenge.
That's pretty much like not appreciating your partner. Yeah. So support they should not be asking you to support them.
Yeah.
If you do not see the importance of what they're doing, or if you do not see how what they do is important to them, then leave it. Keep quiet.
Right.
Keep quiet. But man, if that's something you really question, and I don't think it's something that should really shake up a relationship, though.
I remember having this conversation with a guy I met a while ago, like really long, and he's a DJ, and he met me. He likes me. He has like a working relationship with with someone I know, and I asked a sincere question, and God knows, it was a sincere question with no intention of saying, "Oh, I don't think you should make money with this career." And I asked, if you were not a DJ, right? What would you be doing? He got offended. Like, he got offended. So yes, it can be a big issue, because when you have to come at your partner and, you know.
But then you definitely know what your partner is doing before that person becomes your partner.
There are people who pretend. They just want to they know that they like you, they have a connection with you, but they don't like what you're doing.
That's why you should break up.
See, these things happen. If you guys are feeling what I'm talking about, put it down in the comment section, because I know these things happen.
That's why you should break up, because
they're in a relationship with you. They like you. They like your character, your personality, the energy is there, all of that, but they don't like what you do.
Those are things that should be made known, like, earlier on. No. Those are things that should be made known earlier on, because when it comes to strong dislikes for things, at some point it's going to come out. There's no hiding you want to do. At some point it's going to come out, and then the person that's on the receiving end of the dislike is not going to find it funny, because you're supposed to be my partner. You're supposed to support me, as long as it's not illegal.
Right.
Yeah, you're supposed to support me. Because, yeah, I know there are people that cannot, like, be in a relationship with people in a professional, like, now some people will be like, oh, I cannot date a banker because bankers are usually busy and all that. They won't have your time.
Some say they're stingy.
It's not accountants that are stingy.
They say bankers are stingy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there are people that cannot date pastors because, why are you giving
247. You're fasting and praying.
Hey, God. So those things they should be discussed before you enter your relationship now.
But I've been in a relationship where this guy is telling me that, oh, you're too skinny, because I was way tinier. Back then. I was really, really tiny. And he's like, oh, you're too tiny.
For us. Yes, now.
On the other adding weight.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're too skinny, you're too all of this. I was so into not that, I mean, me being slim is what would give me validation or what would make me happy, but I was just so into taking fruits, doing all of that. Yes, I was. Yeah. And he saw that as like a big problem. And I'm like, in as much as it's not affecting the relationship, why should that be a problem? Why can't you just support me because that is what I like?
Well, as long as you're not healthy, right?
What?
Well, you were not unhealthy.
No, I wasn't unhealthy. Yeah. I mean, I was my best self. I'm still my best self.
Perhaps he just wanted an image of his of what his partner wanted to look like.
You want that image, go get it from somewhere else. Yeah, don't come stress me with that kind of thing. Don't come stress me. So that's the
But that
the
eventually
support.
changed anyway, so yeah.
That's the support I'm also looking,
I get what you're trying to say.
the side I'm looking out from, like, support your partner, because, I mean, this is their goal. This is what they want to do. An unsupportive partner leaves you with questions in your head, because each time you're doing what you love, they question it. They have an issue with that. So it's one big challenge. I mean, for me, and for some of the people that obviously relate to what I'm saying. Get it?
I've not been in that situation before, so yeah.
Oh, trust me, I've been in that.
Yeah.
Then, not enough time alone. That's a challenge. Now, let me take a deep breath. There are people who, let me go to married couples now. Now they're married, they have kids, and now the mom
I actually felt you're going to attack them.
It's the mom. The mom is so close to. I mean, her kids. Her life now is centered around her kids. She's
forgetting about her spouse.
She's forgetting that. Oh my God! Before the kids were here, I mean, the man played the role.
Yeah,
he played the role. He put the kids there too. So I feel like they neglect the husband, and it's vice versa too.
Yeah.
I know that there are guys who all they want to do is just make money. I want to make money. I don't care. Like, yes, you're my wife or you're my babe. Stay there. I want to make money. And then they're not spending time alone together.
Honestly, I don't even think. When it comes to priorities, right? Once you have your priorities, right, as in, like, when you know who and what are your priorities, spending time, if your partner is one of your priorities, spending time with your partner is not even something that should be debated. It's not even something that you start thinking, oh, should I do this first? And then it's just something that you would do. It's part of the plans that you make. Oh, we should do this together. Oh, we should see.
Yeah.
Oh, all of that. Yeah, we all know that everybody's hustling. Some people are trying to make ends meet. You're pretty much just trying to make money, right? So and of course, you have other kinds of relationships. Not all the time you're going to be with your partner, but priorities. Once your priority, once you know that your partner is one of your priorities, not spending time together should not even be existent.
Yeah.
Should not be existent at all. And by the time one of them is already complaining and nothing changes, not long after things like that, especially if your partner is someone that needs, maybe their love language is quality time.
Ooh, that's me. That's me, baby.
Serious problem.
That is me. Look, I'm not saying I write a lot.
Yeah.
I have a diary, a physical diary on my phone. I am always writing. And I remember one day I was just writing. I was just saying, I want to spend time with you all of the time. But I know that cannot happen all of the time.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Because you need to make money. I need to work. We need to build ourselves.
That vacation money,
you know,
yes.
Bahamas, all those kind of things. You know,
yeah.
We need to do that, but we need to create. This is me manifesting my future relationship.
Let them know.
Yeah,
we know you're there.
You know, but we need to be able to create a time where it's like a ritual.
Yeah. And it's just us. Nothing touches it. This is just
us, right? This is the moment you can say, okay, now our time together, we're going to be vulnerable. We're going to have to talk. We're going to have to communicate. But that needs to happen. Because as much as, look, this world is getting somewhere. Today you're hearing this much craziness in the world. So as a couple, after the work, after the friends, all of that, there has to be time where we're together and we know that this is us. Let's create that memory. Why did we get into the relationship? Right? Build that.
Yeah, because based on, say, your partner is supposed to be like kind of like your source of peace, right?
No. I'm going to have to contend with that statement.
No. I mean, like, based on, okay, when you're with your partner, you feel at peace.
Okay, yeah.
If
that's what
wherever that peace is, you'd want to go towards it. Because sometimes you can't get that from your friends. No. Family be moving mad sometimes.
Trust me, yeah.
Family can do things that will just get on your nerves, and there's nothing you can do about it. Their family, that's what they do. Anyway, so workplace will always be workplace. I mean, come on, even though you enjoy your work, you're working with different kinds of people, and so being with your partner is supposed to have its effect. So wanting to be in that space is something you should always look forward to. So if you're not looking forward to it, start questioning things. Right. Oh, I really do not even want to go home to her right now. I don't want to see him right now. Was really the background issue with that.
I remember growing up with, so in my house we're 5 and 3 girls, 2 boys. My mom will always take us, like the girls, she will always take us out like on Saturdays to just go hang out, and then we talk. We just say, okay, what happened with school? Because my mom was working a 9 to 5 while we were growing up, and it was just in the morning. She prepares a meal. We go to school. She goes to work, and then come back. It's somehow like the whole routine from Monday to Friday. Yeah. So Saturday was that day where, she had the time to just talk with us and just, all of that. So I know how, and if you're watching from Lagos, I know how crazy Lagos can be with the whole traffic, all of that. I know.
9 to 5 is not 9 to 5. It's 9 to 10.
It's 9 to 10, So, but with all of that, there has to be, it has to be a conscious decision. Yeah. To spending time with your partner.
Because if you keep going with the routine, or you want to take things how they come, you might find that at the end of the day, 1 month will pass, you don't see your partner.
And the effect of that on the relationship. Look, someone out there might just be giving that quality attention that you should give to your partner.
That's why they said communication should be every day.
Yeah, it should.
Before you sleep and wake up and they've collected your babe from your hand.
That kind of thing. Someone is giving her the attention, or someone is giving him the attention somewhere. So that's a enough time alone.
When you love something, you protect it.
It's deep. It's deep. You have to get right into it. I
Time
don't know why.
with it.
For some reasons, I just got emotional. Whew, Lord.
I think at some point you mentioned vulnerability.
Yeah.
Right? So even that vulnerability of a thing, yeah, it also comes with communication issues and still with why people get into relationships. Sometimes I can't even blame people for holding back.
Okay.
Right, because people have been heartbroken.
Yeah.
Some people several times.
Pause. Some people several times.
Oh my God.
Who are the people? What are you referring to?
They know themselves. Of course, they've been inside it, so they know themselves. Anyway, but
Yeah.
you cannot blame someone that has pretty much maybe just come out from maybe like a terrible relationship. They've been heartbroken, and then they're trying to get back into. You don't expect them to be very open and vulnerable at first. It'll take time before
It would, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it'll take time before they get there. But if you guys have now spent some time together and there is no level of vulnerability at all, man,
That's a big issue.
it is a big issue.
Because look, I cannot
You can't
emphasize this,
yeah,
but
okay.
your partner needs to. You guys need to connect on every level.
Yeah, because you cannot actually get intimate without being vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're not then vulnerable with your partner, it's because sometimes one person is being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then the person says,
At
"Oh,
every
I'm
time,
not getting that back." So
Yeah.
what is it we're doing? What is it you're
Right.
afraid of?
Right.
Right? Because I've already put myself out there. So why are you not doing the same? Yeah, you definitely have to heal from whatever it is that you're doing. But I'm not showing any. Like someone said, look, yeah, it was actually a meme. It said, you don't want to. No, you're scared of getting into a relationship. No. Was how did they put it? Because I laughed.
Escape.
No. It was what you call it? That you're scared of getting a relationship, or you don't want to get into a relationship. Something about you being scared of getting into a relationship, and the guy was asking, why are you scared? You see knife on my hand. That kind of thing.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Really, I really wish I got the first part of it, because it's like, why are you really scared? You don't see me trying to hurt you now, right? So if you then if you're not in a relationship and you're still doing the whole and being defensive thing, that is a major thing, because it would definitely be noticed. Because by the time you guys are communicating, you're trying to say one or two things, the person you're talking to knows when you're holding back. It's not something that you can pretend and say, "Oh, I'm not holding back." No, you can't pretend it. You can't fake it.
Our eyes says a lot of things. Our body language says a lot of things. Pay attention to all of that, because even when the person is not talking, the person is talking.
Yeah, like 80% of our communication is not even a word.
Did I just say that? I just said it.
So yeah, so we actually have to be consciously vulnerable in our relationships, and when that does not exist, or when both parties are not willing to be vulnerable, I don't think a relationship really exists.
No, there's no relationship.
You're really not doing
what's
anything.
the essence? It's look at the word relate, and with the ship. Relate with the ship.
Honestly,
you can't have one person on the ship.
How that word came into fruition, I don't know.
I don't know.
That said relate, then ship.
You know,
ship. Anyway.
And then relate. But you get the picture of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Relationship. I mean, relationship is like a 9 to 5.
Honestly, I don't even think we can exhaust the list of challenges that one can face in relationships.
Yeah. There are a lot.
It's endless. It's even as simple as your family members saying one or two things about that man. Is he really taking care of you?
Oh, that girl. Are you sure she respects you? You know, all of that.
That kind of thing. So yeah, there are different aspects, and of course, your environment will test you. Your environment will test you.
Be ready.
Your insecurities will test you.
Right.
Your what else is there? Different things.
That was deep. Your insecurities will test you.
Pretty much, just life in general will test you, and because you're relating with someone that's supposed to be on a normal level, the person is not an acquaintance. Right. So different things will come into play. They say it's quite difficult to be with someone that is not yourself. Well, even with yourself,
even with yourself is difficult.
Yeah, even with yourself is difficult. But by the time you're trying to put two people together into one. Speaking of about marriage and all, right? By the time you're spending a lot of time together, you start seeing things that do not maybe align with your beliefs and all of that. So you could question a lot of things. Challenges will come in left and right. Life will also show you shaggy in the whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to be really conscious of what it is you're doing, the reasons why you're getting to your relationship, communication, of course. Whatever is going through your head, say it.
Say it.
Nobody's going to beat you.
Nobody.
Except
and it's okay to and it's okay to just have an idea of what your relationship should look like.
Yeah.
But
from what you want.
What is wrong is having to have high expectations that your partner is going to give you the peace, or your partner is going to bring you some sort of happiness. You need to be happy before you.
Yeah.
All your partner is doing is just complimenting, enhancing it, complimenting it, all of that. Wow.
So challenges.
We are here. And if I have to give an advice, and I feel like this is an advice to myself as well, because the more we're talking about this, the more I'm getting to, realize that, there are a lot of things that has happened with my past relationship that obviously I should have known better. If I have to give any advice at all, you need to put in the effort to find a solution to how your relationship should be like.
Yeah. Because nobody's going to come and save you.
Trust me.
Nobody's.
Someone's opinion, it's not necessarily everything that your relationship should be. You need to find a way.
It's you that is inside the relationship.
It's you that, you're inside the relationship. So you know how the relationship should be for you.
Yeah. You know who you're relating with. You know who you're dealing with.
And I'm going to go back to the point that Tandy made. Before getting to relationship, why are you getting into the relationship?
Why are you getting into it?
It's important. Well, I need to ask myself that question because
not everything is about love.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I had fun on this episode.
Talking about challenges was not easy.
It wasn't easy, but I feel like we found a way around all of it, and with our experiences in mind, all of that, we've come to the conclusion.
Yes.
Of this episode. Anyways, yes, we've come to the end of the episode. I want to say thank you to myself for putting in the effort
to do this episode.
You're
welcome. You're welcome. I helped you with that. Without me, what would you have done?
Without me, what would you have done still?
Let me see. So
chop the knuckle.
So we thank ourselves.
We thank ourselves.
And of course our producers and directors. And
right, the behind the scene. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode like I know you did, put down in the comment section. We can't close the episode without getting to hear from you some of the challenges that you have faced or you are facing right now. I mean, there's somebody out there. I want to even learn from that. I want to have that conversation with you. So put it down in the comment section. What you think are the challenges that you're facing, or if we even did not mention it, you can please do that for us. Continue the episode.
Yes.
In the comment section. Continue. We want to hear that. So with no further ado, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. But before I even mention that, you have not subscribed. What are you waiting for?
Like it as well. Like the video as well.
Subscribe. Hit the subscription button. And of course, beside it,
the bell.
The bell. Please click the notification bell. Yeah.
Share.
So every week you get to see our beautiful faces.
Share also so that your friends will know what's up.
And your lover. Just share it. It will be like a mistake. Just share it to that guy that you're eyeing, or that guy that you're in a relationship with, or that babe that you're in a relationship with, And of course, follow us on all our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as TikTok, of course. Bedroom Diaries. And Bedroom Diaries gives you the opportunity to share your beautiful love story. We want to hear from you. We want to know what are your experiences, all of those beautiful experiences.
And in this case, the challenges you faced.
Right. So do well to send us that beautiful piece to the email on the screen. And it's bedroomdiaries01 at gmail.com. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, yes. Bedroomdiaries01 at gmail.com. We'll be waiting to hear from you. And from me, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. See you in the next episode, guys.
Bye.
Bye.